Now this is where we take over the game. And it all starts with this. What's going on YouTube, Achilles here, and today I put together a Sultai control deck. For this one I focused on Death Begets Life, which says destroy all creatures and enchantments. Draw a card for each permanent destroyed this way. And this card is 8 mana by the way, so you have to wait a while to get to this. But the whole mindset with this deck is we don't focus that much on creatures or enchantments, and instead we try to have alternative ways to play the control game plan. I mean, sure, we have 2 Up the Beanstalk in here, which kind of contradicts the Death Begets Life, but at the same time this card won't be live until later in the game, so a few of these does not hurt. But the real draw card is Rakshas's Bargain, because it is really good for finding what you need, plus it'll trigger off the Beanstalk, adding additional draw power to the deck. So we get to use this at instant speed on our opponent's turn, and if they have something else we want to use, then we have plenty of things like removal and counters. So we play the control game plan, we counter, destroy, and then on the top end we play a bunch of cards that will give us a lot of value. And the MVP of this deck will be Ancient Cornucopia, because not only is it not an enchantment, so it doesn't get hit with Death Begets Life, but it'll gain you a bunch of life because we have a bunch of cards in here with multiple color combinations. So the more colors they have, like this for example, the more life you gain. So let's get right into this list. We got 1 Phantom Interference, 1 Spell Pierce, 1 3 Steps Ahead, 4 Cut Down, 1 Negate, 1 Anoint Affliction, 1 Go for the Throat, 1 Sheoldred's Edict, 2 Up the Beanstalk, 4 Ancient Cornucopia, 2 Maelstrom Pulse, 4 Rakshas's Bargain, 1 Scavenger Regent, 1 Fangkeeper's Familiar, 1 Teferi Temporal Pilgrim, 1 Aclazotz Deepest Betrayal, 1 Deadly Cover-Up, 1 Overlord of the Hauntwoods, 2 Cease and Desist, 1 Nissa Ascendant Animist, 2 Death Begets Life. For the lands we got 3 Islands, 3 Swamps, 3 Forests, 2 Gloomlake Verge, 2 Wastewood Verge, 4 Opulent Palace, 3 Demolition Field, 4 Fabled Passage, and 2 copies of Mirrex. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe, and if you want to become a member, you can get early access to videos as well as member shoutouts. Let's get right into these games. We don't have any black mana sources, but I really want to keep this hand, because if we could get to the Overlord, then we could really get ourselves ahead, so I am going to be risky and keep it. I guess the whole idea is if I mulligan to 6 and I draw even worse, then it's like, oh well. It's a nice run while it lasted. So we keep a playable hand. Ooh, very fancy. We are going to use this as a temporary black mana source to get rid of that. Might as well just keep the board clear until we just implement our own game plan. We're going to have to wait a turn to use this. So instead we are going to ramp up a little bit, get the Everything land, which is everything we need. Or I'm sorry, the Everywhere land. Well, it'll technically get us everywhere we want though, so that's what I meant. Alright, so for this turn coming up, we are going to use Phantom Interference in combination with Anoint Affliction. I think that's the move. Just gotta see what they do. Guess we're gonna get rid of that then. I wanted to get rid of that Enduring Innocence with that card, but it is what it is. Yeah, you can chill out though. Get a swamp because we still need one. This is how we're going to do it. I want to see what we get with the Beanstalk. I mean, I could go for Teferi, but I still feel like this might be better. Nice. So we'll see if they play a form of enchantment aura on a creature again, so we could just waste more cards on their ends. And either way, they are going to get the draw, because that's going to become an enchantment. But we'll get rid of it now. Maybe I should have waited so they would have probably put the counter on the other card, then I could have done it, but at the same time then they would have chosen Calyx maybe instead to get rid of. So you can look at it either way. They're putting a lot of pressure on with all this. Alright, so this is the move. We're going to see if they commit their whole mana to Resplendent Angels so they could start making angels. And if they do commit their mana doing that, we'll go for the Throat. And we also have Overlord of the Hauntwoods on the ground to block Calyx. Sure. Why not? What is that? Yeah, you gotta chill out with all this stuff. Never seen this before ever. Do they have something else? I was about to say, that's crazy. Alright. I'm gonna do this first. Can't do anything about that, honestly. That card's crazy. Against certain matchups, but, you know. I need to play the Teferi now at this point.
Past is a puzzle. I'm going to solve it.
Gotta find more cards like that. Plus, now they could just hit the Teferi as a distraction instead of hitting us. Which now, with a second Up the Beanstalk plus Aclazotz, we are really in this game. They're going to do that, though, which is going to be a problem, but... Oh, they're going to swing at that? Okay, that's fair. So now they get their Angel. So let's see. We got 5, 9 mana to play around with. So in a perfect world, what if we find a board wipe or something? It's a cut down. It's definitely not going to be useful. Life gain will be useful, and gaining more cards will be useful. So we got 4, 6 mana to play around with, and then it'll be 4. Yeah, we gotta play this. It's just crazy how the Mold Adder is just like the MVP for this guy right now. It's like, what is this thing? But if we could somehow find Death Begets Life, then we will turn this whole game around. But with Aclazotz, with with the life gain, it's definitely going to be nice. Oh, it's a shame we can't counter that. It's a lot of damage. Get rid of that, and we're going to have to block that as well. So we'll take 2, 9, but then we'll gain 4. So we're not out of it yet. Alright, so let's see. Do I do this first? I think so. So then we do this. We're going to gain some life. Gotta find something good. Okay, here we go. So 3, 5, 6. We don't have enough mana to do the Death Begets Life, but we can at least stop a big chunk of the damage we're going to take right now. So I could do... Okay, I have a plan, guys. I got a plan. Do this. I'm going to get rid of you. It's your problem card. I'm going to go back up to 10. And now we go from here. So this is the turn where they try to kill us, and if they can't, it is going to be a big comeback for us, because we will gain 6 life from double Ancient Cornucopia. We will draw at least 2 cards. No, we're going to draw 4 cards, actually. Excuse me, because 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we just find one of our few win cons in the deck. I mean, Aclazotz is still here. So, we are just... we just got to see how this plays out. What the heck is that? I've never seen... What is this guy playing? I love all this. He's playing the Mold Adder, the Danitha, New Benelia's Light. That's crazy. I'm very inspired, though. If I do this, then they can't play any more stuff for the rest of the turn if they commit. I'm doing this only just because I'll gain 2 life, plus they have to pay 2 mana to keep it alive for them. So it'll stop the rest of the momentum for them. Hopefully, of course. So we go to 5. Now this is where we take over the game. And it all starts with this. Nice. So we got 4, 6 mana. I'll do this. And we're going to pass. We're going to discard 2. Get rid of these 2. Actually, we'll get rid of double Fabled Passage, since we're low on cards in our deck. We got to start putting some pressure on them. 18 cards left in our deck, guys. But it's okay. We still have Nissa. We have Mirrex to work with. That's about it, honestly. But it's the whole idea is we stop their whole momentum as a whole, and then we slowly but surely win. We're going to flash this guy in at the end of their turn. So now they're in trouble. Probably like, what do we do from here? Got a full hands. Plus Aclazotz is just ready to turn from a pillar thing back into a bat. They're thinking. Or maybe they just gave up. Who knows? And we get it. I'll keep this one. I'm going to use the Fabled Passage now to get a black mana source. So we have everything we need just to get it off the bat. Especially since we don't really have a turn 1 play regardless if we went for any of these lands, so might as well do it that way. Artwork on this card is insane. Alright, so we go for the swamp. That's a fancy looking land. Very interesting looking. If I had to guess, this is Jeskai Control, featuring everyone's favorite friend Chico. If I had to guess. Mirrex should be the MVP of this matchup, though, if I'm correct. Just pumping out all these tokens at the end of the turn will definitely help us out. That's a Biza. Another cut down. This is like the one matchup where I don't need cut down right now. Okay, one more land, and then we could go for Death Begets Life. And it's only going to get more powerful the more mites I make. Unless, of course, they board wipe, but if they don't, then they're going to be having a bad time. Well, that's kind of useless for them. Unless they try to draw cards with it, of course. Ooh, they're not attacking. Okay. This is actually really nice. Problem is, though, I don't want to use it yet. I want to swing first. I want to see how they react. I don't think it's the right time to play it. We could double might again next turn and see if they commit their mana to doing something, and then the Death Begets Life will push us over the top. Because right now we're doing enough where the mites will win on their own. So by doing this, it kind of just ruins our pressure we're putting on right now. So we'll see. Plus, they could just counter it too. They're playing blue. They play that the Exhale, the blue Exhale. So is that the move? I guess that's a plan. I mean, I guess it just sets up for a really big Death Begets Life play if we end up going for it. But all it takes is one counter to ruin our whole game plan, so we have to be very careful about how we do all this. But if they tap out, that's another story. But I don't think they're going to do that. They're playing very disciplined right now, so. But what we could do now is make another Mite, and then we double cut down their fish, and then they're like, oh, wait a minute, we don't have any ways to block all this. So that's going to be the plan right now. As much as I want to do this, I know they're going to counter it, so I too will be a disciplined player. Sure, why not? Gain all the life you want. Seven poison counters. Okay, so that's a problem. Definitely a problem, actually. Okay, this is good now. The problem has ended, guys, because now they tapped out and we could go for our ridiculous play next turn. So that's fine. I'll do this now because I don't really care if they swing or not. Outcome's still going to be the same. Pass, and now we're going to go... Come on, go for the swing. We know you want to. I mean, you might as well. Just put me down to 6. Doesn't make sense not to swing. Really? Interesting. Oh well. We now go and use Death Begets Life, which will draw us 3 cards. Oh, 4, sorry, and Temporary Lockdown is a thing. And now we will try to take over the game. Slowly but surely. Whether it's using our mites to get those extra 3 poison counters in, or Nissa. All to be determined on their next play. But if they go for a Shiko like now, then we'll just Sheoldred's Edict it. We're just going to keep gaining life. That's fine. Go find your card. Or cards, should I say. You're going to get 2. This is a very interesting matchup because it's grindy in the sense that they just keep their momentum going with their hands. And we're doing the same thing, but in our own weird way, so... Of course we need every life we can get against this guy. So... I know they're going to use Get Lost on our Nissa, but we are going to have to bring it out, because if it's not Get Lost, they're going to counter it. So we're going to do this now. Oh, wait a minute. Do we not have... Really? I should have looked first. 3. I should have played the forest, guys. But either way, if they have the removal, it's gone either way. But we just would have had a stronger Phyrexian Horror token. That's my bad. I thought we had enough force at this point, but obviously we didn't. And the best part about this now is one threat becomes two. So they go get lost, and they have to deal with this now. But that's why Shiko is really good, so we'll see what the move is for our opponent over here. Ah, yes. That's a good choice. Are they going to put Nissa back in her hand? Huh, interesting. Guess that works. I gotta be careful, though, with all these mites I'm gonna make, though. We're gonna see if we can find something better to use to gain life. A multicolor card, possibly. So, 9. Should have just used the Ancient Cornucopia then. We're just going to pass. We're going to go double might. It doesn't make sense to go for Nissa yet. They have all that mana held up. I want them to commit it again so I could go for the Nissa. Plus, when we do it this way, if they don't have a follow-up creature, they might not even swing with the Mirrex River Regent because they want to block all the mites that we're going to swing with. So they have 7 mana up still. What could they do with it? They could play a Shiko, they have Biza, they have the Mirrex. I don't think they play any other creatures in their deck. They just win with those. So in theory, we should be able to overwhelm them with the mites. But they could easily also just play another Mirrex River Regent. Oh, wait a minute. You want to know something actually really funny, guys? I just realized this right now, and it's really silly. Anoint Affliction is now corrupted, in the sense now we could get rid of anything. I can't believe I did not realize that. I was just looking at her hand, and I noticed, you see the 3 green over there? I'm like, wait a minute. And it just clicked in my head. And it's so funny, too. It's like, oh, yeah, I can use Anoint Affliction now. So, now we have that. Okay, that's the Shiko. We're gonna see what they get before we use Anoint Affliction. They are stocking up, alright. For what? I can't even tell you. This is a match of the ages. Bunch of little tiny mites versus these powerful flying dragons. Who's gonna win? Go for the swing. You know you want to. If they go for the swing, then we might be able to win next turn, actually. Yes, they do it. Okay. It depends what they have for that 2 mana, but they do have a full hand, so they could technically get rid of a mite next turn. So we take that. Make might number 1. They definitely have something with that 2 mana. It has to be like a Get Lost or a Lightning Helix, even Torch the Tower. So they definitely have something. They're not going to lose next turn. Unless they somehow draw a counter spell, and I could just counter what they commit to my creature, but who knows at this point. Never know. Alright, so now get rid of Sheikah. That's fair. What can we find with this? Let's see. The whole idea is that they can't win next turn because we have 11 life. But they could easily Lightning Helix as well. So let's counter mana. We have 8, 9 mana. I want to stay out of range of dying. Five, 7. So we could still go for a Might plus Cease and Desist, and we'll gain life from Ancient Cornucopia plus Cease and Desist. I'm also going to use the Cease and Desist now. Because if they Lightning Helix when I'm really low in life at instant speed, then they could win. So we gotta do this now. So we just stay out of range completely. Oh wow, look at that. So do you go for the swing? They go for the 4. That's a Visa. What are we looking for now at this point? We're going to make the other Might now, so it doesn't have Summoning Sickness. Teferi's good. What could we find though? Those are good cards. I gotta think real quick. 4, 7. How many 4s do we have? We have 2. So that would be enough. We also have 8, 10, 14 mana to play with. We could make 2 mites and use Negate as well. And we'll still be alive. Because we have 8, 10, 12. Okay. I got a plan, guys. It's called make a bunch of mites and just get 1 through, and then we win. So, instead of trying to use Scavenger's Regent to wipe their board, we are just going to play reactive, see what they do, and if they can't play more creatures than we do, we're going to make 2 more mites, we're going to get one of them to swing, and we have Negate as our card held up. You could argue that I should have taken the 3 steps ahead as well, instead of the Scavenger's Regent with Negate, but I think we're good. Famous last words. But their deck doesn't go that wide, so I don't think they're going to play more creatures. If anything, they just remove things. Sure, why not? We don't need that anymore anyway. Okay, so they are digging. They need to find something in order to deal with the onslaught that's about to come. Alright, we can't do nothing about the 4. They have 8 mana. 4 cards. What a game. Okay, so here we go. We go 3 lands, might number 1. Plus we have this Negate, which is just our secret weapon against them in case they try to remove 2 of the mites that we throw at them. Because they need 2 cards to get rid of both their mites, and we could stop one of them. The question is, do they remove both mites and counter the Negate? That would be insane. But that's what it's looking like it's going to come down to for the next turn. They might realize they're losing, or they're thinking of the most excellent plan to counter what I'm doing. What are you thinking about? Oh, just gonna play the timer. Maybe they do have a play. I don't just see. Oh, now they're ending. Gotta love Mirrex. These control matchups, Mirrex is just a nightmare for people to deal with if they can't remove it. That's why I always play stuff like Demolition Field, because let's say they had Mirrex this whole time, then it would have been a different game. That's why Demolition Field's in here, so we could take care of that. I mean, yeah, sure, I could use Demolition Field on the Quarry Monastery, whatever it's called, Quarry Mountain Monastery, but I just didn't. Making the mites was, with our mana, was more important than getting rid of that, especially since they're not really finding anything, so It's better to commit your mana for this game plan. Alright guys, so this is the moment you all been waiting for. Will they be able to stop this? And we get it. Interesting hand. We don't... I don't know. It's okay. Double Fabled Passage is... with the Mirrex. I don't know. It's not the best land combination, but at least we could get whatever lands that we're missing along the way. Like right now, we could use a swamp in case we need to use Go for the Throat. Or even Cut Down in this example. Get a forest. Go for the Ancient Cornucopia. That might get countered right now. Oh yeah. Ooh, they're playing a poison deck? That's what it's looking like. That's the case, the Ancient Cornucopia wouldn't have really mattered anyway, because they're just going to be giving us all the poison counters. No follow-up play, though. I'm going to hold up Negate. They might have some crazy play they're going to do right now. Try to draw or something, but... Oh, wait a minute. We don't even have blue up right now. Oh, my goodness. See, this is horrible. Don't mind me, guys. Just misplaying over here already. Okay, but now we use up the Beanstalk. Draw a new card. Not bad. Can't go wrong with an extra land. And then we could use the Rakshas's bargain. That's a card. Yeah, you're not going to get no poison on me. Nice try, though. All the draw power you want right here. We have plenty of creature removal. Cease and Desist going to do anything? Could draw us more cards, though. So I guess the game plan now is we're going to remove the next creature they play, or we go Cease and Desist. And we get it. Hey guys, thanks for watching the video. Tell me what you think of the deck in the comments section down below. Please like the video and subscribe if you have not already. And if you're new here, just know I have new videos coming out every day. Hope everyone has a great day. Take care.